our praise if you believe it.
Wow. Can y'all celebrate Reverend Sharpe right there? Was that crazy? Have a seat for a minute. So we have people online and people in the building, and they're texting their questions in for you about being replaced. And it says, how do pastors communicate the new church culture to keep members engaged?
How do
you communicate to keep the new church culture to keep members engaged?
What do you think they're asking?
So now that you have now replaced someone, how do you communicate it to this church that you basically have taken over? How do you communicate to them to keep them engaged to follow you?
Great question. Number one, always honor what Moses has done. I don't care if he hit the rock 2 times or 5 times. If it wasn't for Moses, you wouldn't be here. If it were not for the people who've come before you. So honor is big when you're in a new assignment for me. I'm always honoring Reverend Evans, always honoring Pastor Jenkins. I mean, it's just, it makes sense, right? They ran their leg, and I'm a recipient of the baton they passed to me. So honor, but also you have to be masterful with how you transition people. So the church is not going to stay the same. So since it's going to change, I know that. It's my responsibility to journey with them through the transition, because the change is the destination. The transition is where you find the complications. And if you're not patient, and if you start rushing, and if you start acting like everything that God has given you has to happen right now, immediately, then you're going to probably turn some people away. And if you do it the right way, and you do it slowly, and you're methodical, and you call a meeting, and you're going to still lose some people. So you have to be at peace about what God is showing you. Honor the past, but keep your eyes on the future. I always tell people, leaders have to live in tomorrow. You have to always be ahead of the people you're leading.
All right. How did you manage the shift? Can we just thank God for the F right now? Just the letter F. Lord, if I've never thanked you for F before, I thank you for it today, because this shift was messing me up. But nevertheless, hallelujah, I just stopped saying it because I felt like I was cussing.
I thank God for all the alphabets.
But today we want to thank him for the F in particular.
Right, the F.
How did you manage the shift from Atlanta to Chicago? Even the succession shift?
I'm going to be very honest. Somebody asked me 2 days ago, what was the biggest challenge for you coming to fellowship? My biggest challenge was deciding if I was going to be my predecessor or be me.
That's good.
Our styles are very different. Some of our science of ministry is different. And I had to learn. I said, God did not send me here to be Evans. He didn't send me here to be Jenkins. He sent me here to be Sharpe. But nobody else was putting that pressure on me. It was me. Because sometimes your greatest battles will be internal. And so what helped me shift, number one, is I made sure my wife was in agreement with us coming here. See, only if you're married do you know what I'm talking about. It is nothing like headed to heaven, but hell is all around you. You don't want any hell at home. So you want to be, so I brought my team. So for those of you, this is a leadership strategy. Make sure you have buy-in from your key players.
That's good.
And so I had buy-in from my wife. And she was at peace, and literally it didn't matter what anybody else thought, because if she was at peace, I was at peace. And then secondly, I had to deal with my internal insecurities, because all of us have them. Y'all looking at me like I'm making this up. Who in here can be real enough to say you've wrestled with some insecurities? I did. And this is what I had to do for that internal stuff. Watch this. I had to go to therapy. And I had to get Christ and a counselor. So I love the sanctuary, but I also love therapy. Because for pastors and leaders, it's not too many safe spaces for you to really tell everything you're carrying. So I recommend every pastor, every leader, you have to have a therapist. Facebook cannot be your therapy. Instagram and Twitter cannot be your therapy, because one day they're going to catch you on the wrong day and you're going to have the right words, and it's going to be a shift. It's going to be some shift.
And you're going to forget to put the F in there. So listen.
The other thing, last thing, you right about it. This is my friend. I love him. Listen. When I shifted from Atlanta, old pastor called me and said, make sure you don't leave Atlanta like some soldiers leave wars, with PTSD. He said, because every time you hear bam, you'll think somebody's shooting and you'll overreact. So you got to heal from where you came from so you don't carry old baggage into a new season. If you don't heal, you'll be snapping because you were triggered and the person didn't mean any harm. Am I making sense? So I had to really heal from some stuff I came from. And I could have carried as much baggage as I wanted to, but everybody who flies know you can carry baggage, but it's going to cost you. So
this is good. How do you go back? I don't understand. How do you go back and serve in the same place that you were replaced at?
You have, I don't have a direct answer for that, but when you understand, as I started with, all of us are temporary. All of us are temporary. It's going to happen. Either you're going to die and they're going to replace you. Either they're going to force a replacement, or either you bow out gracefully and be, but all of us are going to change. All of us are going to do. And so when you know that whatever God had given me for that season was never all mine, then it's easier to release it. You know what I'm saying, Pastor?
I do.
And so many people, especially in church, I can't speak to corporate America. Some others can speak to that. But in church, people get in one position and they start feeling a sense of entitlement.
It's not yours.
No. Jesus said, upon this rock, I will build my church. So nothing in that church is yours. It's all God's. So if a new person is replaced and you're called to still serve, if you were serving, with the right heart in the first place, it won't be that hard.
One of the things I teach people is wear every position and title like a loose garment. Because any garment that I give you, I should be able to come and take it back from you.
Absolutely.
But if you hold on to it, you take it like you made it. And for those of you that are members, this is not your baby. They let you babysit.
You're right about it.
I gave you a ministry. I let you babysit. It's not your ministry. So be okay with releasing what's not yours.
Or else it's going to be some shift.
It's going to be some. Again, God, we want to thank you for the F. I've never thanked you for an F in my life. I thank you for it today. All right. You spoke about buy-in. How do you get buy-in from your close team so that you don't misstep?
First thing I want to warn us about is our narcissism and our arrogance. You cannot get buy-in if you're really not interested in buy-in. See, some of us act like we want everybody to buy in, but really you're just trying to force your idea to work. But in certain leadership settings, if you want buy-in, be humble enough to receive critiques, suggestions, and even improvements. But a lot of us as leaders, we get swole up when somebody comes for our stuff. But anything you love, you critique. Anything you love, you critique. Where there is no love, there is no critique. So be open for people to critique what it has and communicate with it, and don't rush people to it. Give them some time and you get buy-in. Let God speak to them. God spoke to you. Now it took 3 months for God to speak to you. Now you're going to rush them in 3 hours? So if you want real buy-in, you got to give people time so God can speak to them as well.
All right, last question, and I want you to really listen to this one, because many people use the word shift to run. How do you know when it's truly time to shift? is there really that many times the Lord will shift you to a different church, to a different role, or to different places? Because people are shifting quarterly.
Well, some people are just shifty.
This is good.
You know what? Let's just be real and call a spade a spade. All of these shifts ain't God. Some of these shifts are because you didn't like what somebody said to you. You didn't like a person, and you're gonna blame God for it. But when it's a real shift, you can feel that thing in your gut. Are you aware of Mother Gertrude Stacks? Let me tell you, and got the Holy Ghost with a capital H and G.
That one in Detroit.
Yes, Lord. She met me at my church, and I was campus pastor at the time, and she said to me, walked up to me, you know her because she ain't scared of nobody. She said, I said, it's good to meet you, Mother Gertrude Stacks. Yeah. It's so good to meet you too. She's sweet about it. She said, it's so good to meet you too. There's nothing campus about you. So I was looking. I'm the campus pastor. I've been planted to be the campus. She said, there's nothing campus about you. You can take that campus off. She said, I hear the Lord saying that you're going to hit a wall and you're going to lose all of your momentum and all of your energy and all of the joy that you have in that place. And when you lose that joy, lose that energy, lose that excitement, you're going to hit a wall, and only God will be able to tell you what to do next. It wasn't a year later. I lost all my joy, all my excitement. I got to the point where I was getting sick on Saturdays before church. Now, I'm a church boy. It don't get much churchier than Reginald Sharpe Jr. I love me some church. And on Saturday, when I'm getting sick, when I'm thinking about going to church, her words came to my mind. Because God will take your zeal when it's time to shift. God will take your joy for it, your excitement for it when it's really time to shift. And he's not taking it to make you bitter. He's taking it because when you leave, it won't hurt as bad.
That's good.
Because a lot of times when it's really God, you start loving people, you get comfortable, and you like it. And God has to take your heart so he don't break your heart. He takes your heart out of it, so when you walk out, it won't take your heart. And the word God gave to me was Genesis 12. Go to a land
that I will show you.
That I will show you. So I know it's a shift from God when you don't have a lot of details. Y'all ain't listening to me. Y'all not listening. And I can tell you now, I hope you're listening. See, if you got a shift from God, and somebody say, well, what you doing next? Well, A, I'm going to do this, and B, I'm going to do this, and I've already made contact with C. No, that's your plan. That ain't God's provision. Because when it's God, he'll say, just start walking, and I'll say, stop when you get there. So when I left Macon, my former church, I did not know where I was going next. Fellowship was not on my mind. I just started walking. And when I got to Fellowship, stand up, Deacon Roosevelt. This is the first man who picked me up on my first visit to Fellowship. And Deacon Roosevelt said to me in Midway, welcome to your promised land. He hadn't talked to Pastor Jenkins about nothing. He'd never met me. And I asked him, what made you say that? He said, I just saw God all over you as you and your wife came down the elevator, and I was just led to say, welcome to your promised land. So when I left Macon, Georgia, God said, go to a land I'll show you. And I was just waiting to hear stop. Well, God used this black man to confirm that Chicago was the place I was supposed to.
The holy city.
And you know, ever since then, I've been all up in this shift.
Get out. Come on, let's give him a hand before he cuss. Come on, y'all, let's celebrate Reverend Sharpe. You know, Baptist cuss. He'll be done slipped up before we know it. Listen, we gonna keep this shift going. Can everybody say, Lord, can we thank you for the F? Ooh, that thing scared me. Ooh, some of y'all, don't you go home and preach that. Don't try that in your church. Your pastor gonna put you out.